think we're live. Must be live, Mike. Hey guys, what's going on, everybody? We are live. I'm kind of scrambling here a little bit because I've got a lot going on today. How is everybody doing? Let me bring up my live here so I can take a look at some comments while we verify audio. There we go. Facebook audio is good. YouTube should, if Facebook's good, YouTube should be good too. What's up, guys? Welcome to another live. Today on the agenda, we have, well, I thought because it's, well, almost the end of the school year, that we would create sort of a, well, just a little custom gift for a teacher using two different files. So with that, because we're using two different files, Mike has mentioned that some of you have inquired about, well, let's say if I want to mix and match a file from, you know, let's say, well, this is a great example, the tissue box, and I want to put something else on it. How would I even go about doing that? So we're going to cover that. In addition to that, I also want to briefly discuss the new SVG merge software that myself and the gentleman over at Craft Edge, the guy that has created Sure Cuts a Lot software, he's the one that worked with me on this. And basically what it is, it's a tool, because those of you that have a Cricut, you realize that you have to upload each SVG file individually. And I personally have encountered this same situation that you guys run into, mostly with the larger projects that maybe have, you know, 10, 15, 20 plus files. It can become rather tedious to bring in all the files individually. So we have a little solution for you when it comes to as far as importing SVG files. I'm going to discuss that. We'll talk about when it's going to be released and the cost. And finally, at the end of our live stream, I've got my little wheel here, and as you can see, or maybe you can't, don't know if you recognize that logo. That is Maymay from Maymay Made It. She reached out to us and offered some gift cards to give away to her shop, which I took some time to look at her shop. She's got, well, I think actually she has a physical store where she lives. Obviously, if you're not in the area, you're not going to be able to go there, but you can shop online. And I know that she has a huge line of stamps and all sorts of craft accessories. So we're going to have two winners that are going to win a $25 gift card to Maymay's website, and then we're going to have 4 more people that get to spin the wheel. Well, there's going to be 6 spinners total. We've got 2 gift cards, and if you don't win the gift card, you can win points, which are good on the Dreaming Tree website. So there's a tickling sound. You hear a tickling sound, Mike? Sounds like water dropping. Loud tapping. Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's like a tapping noise in the background.
Oh, I know exactly what that is. I think I know what it is. It's a metronome. Does it sound like a metronome? Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, but I know exactly how to turn it off. So I actually have to take my mic off, and someone just texted me. There's a loud tapping. Yeah, let me fix that real quick. Hold on. Hopefully. That's weird. It's never done that before. 1 second. Okay, let me know if it stops. Ugh. Yeah, it was a metronome. I don't know why that happened. That's weird. I must be passing it through weird. Okay, anyway, so that pretty much is the Cliff's Notes on what we're going to do today. So yeah, let's jump into it. Okay. All right, so first thing that I want to talk about is this project that I haven't really put together. I cut everything out because I know you guys don't want to sit around and watch me cut things out. So we're not going to do that, but let me get my design space fired up. And actually, before we do that, let me get this going here real quick. I'm going to install this software that I want to demonstrate. Mike, that sound's gone now, right? I think you muted yourself. Okay, cool. Perfect, thank you.
Yes, we're good.
All right, wonderful. All right, so let me, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna get this software installed so I can show you guys how it works. We'll do a little live demo. And I think you're gonna like it. I did have a call with the developer of the software today, and initially we're going to offer it for, or he's going to offer it for around $15. Okay, so not a bad deal, especially considering how much time this is going to save. Now, again, I've had a lot of questions from you guys about this SVG merge software. It is not required. You don't have to get it. You can still upload files the traditional way, which means you do have to upload them one at a time, obviously. And that's okay. I mean, I still do that, especially if it's a small project with 3, 4, 5 SVG files. Great. But again, if you, and you know what, this applies to more than just our files. You can actually use this for any SVG file or any SVG files that you want to upload in bulk. I'm going to demonstrate that here in just 1 second. I just need to get this activated on this computer. And we'll be going live here in just 1 second. I don't know why it's being a pain in the hiney. Great. My copy and paste isn't working. It's just been one of those days. You guys ever have one of those days? While I'm getting this set up, Mike, if you see any questions popping up, shoot them my way, please.
Hey, Leo, we have a question, and if you could repeat the question, it would be great. The question is, will the SVGs come in at the correct size?
Okay, so someone had a question about whether or not the SVG files will come in at the correct size, and absolutely they will. The only thing we had one person ask about and actually Mike emailed me about this, asking about whether or not the file names will come in. So I talked to the developer about that, and it turns out that when you import our files into Design Space and under your layers section you can actually see the file names, that's because it grabs the actual name of the file. So when this SVG merge software takes and merges everything together into one SVG, when you import it into Design Space, the name will be the same for every single one. There's no way around it, unfortunately. Design Space just doesn't give us the option to do that. But that's okay because we have the PDF file that shows all of the document or all of the actual cut files, the color, what they are. You can use that as a reference along with it. So again, nothing's ever perfect, unfortunately, but you know, we got to make do with what we have. So let me show you here real quick. Let me go over to my computer. Okay, so this is the SVG merge software. It's going to be available for Mac and PC. This is the icon. When you open it up, it's going to look like this. Okay, and what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to download a couple files real quick. And actually, I'm going to use the ones that I'm using in the live stream today. I'm going to get those downloaded, and I'll show you how easy it is to combine all these into one file and then import them into Design Space with just one fell swoop. Okay, so I've got that, and then I need we're also doing, I'm combining the tissue box with the little free card for a teacher. It's the For You card. Let me find that. Is it For You? Okay, yeah, that's not it. Good job being prepared, Leo. There it is. All right, great, got it. Just 1 second here. How's everyone? It feels like a Friday. I don't know why. It just feels like a Friday. And I'm going to pretend that it's Friday. Maybe I'll go bowling tonight or something. Pretend it's a Friday. You guys have any plans for the weekend? Oh, it's Mother's Day, by the way. Happy early Mother's Day to all of our lovely mothers out there. It's always fun. I spoiled my mom today. I don't know if my mom's watching. Did my mom say anything, Mike? No? I talked to my mom while I was prepping for the live stream. She's at home. She got off of work today. She's drinking beer, drinking her Amstel Light, playing with her cat. Never thought she'd get a cat, but now she's in love with cats, as is everyone else that lives and is just around me. They all of a sudden have become obsessed with cats. Go figure. Okay, so here we go. Let me show you real quick how this works. Let's do this 1 second here. Okay, so popped over here. All right, so here's the SVG merge software. And again, I'm taking and I'm going to be using the tissue box. So with the software open on one side, I'm going to open up the SVG folder for the tissue box. And you can literally just drag them into, whoops, let me do this again. There we go. Just drag those in. I don't know why it won't let me drag more than one. It was doing it fine on the other computer, but you will be able to drag them in more than one at a time here. I'm just kind of going with the flow here, just so that I don't have to sit here. I might be using an older version. So I'm just putting them in there. And then I'm going to go over to my For You Apple card and open up the SVG folder for that. And I'm only using the apple and this element here. So I'm going to drag that in and then drag that in, okay? And I'm just going to check this little box here that says Design Space Compatible, and I'm going to hit Export All, okay? It's going to ask me where I want to save it to, so I'm going to pop it on my desktop, and I'm going to call this Teacher Project, and hit Save, give it a few seconds. It's going to take everything, combine it, and it says Export has completed, okay? That's it. Okay, so instead of having to up that whole process, browse, select the file, upload, save, browse, select, upload, save, we would have had to have done that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. Just ran it through the SVG merge. Let me log into my design space and I'll show you what it looks like when we actually upload it. And Mike, yeah, go ahead if you have questions. That's a good thing.
Okay, so the first one I noted is it a one-time fee?
Yes, one-time fee.
Do I need to have both Shortcuts a Lot and this software?
Absolutely not. No, that's why I approached him and said, hey.
Repeat the question.
Okay, so the two questions that Mike just that he brought up was one, someone wanted to know if it's a one-time fee. Yes, one-time fee, one-time purchase, it's yours forever, updates for life. What was the second question?
Do you need to have Shortcuts a Lot as well?
Right, yeah, so no, you don't. You don't need to see that, and that's exactly why I approached him. All right, let's all be real here. Inflation's a real thing right now. Everyone's seeing it. And I have a feeling that we're going to be spending a lot more time at home. And I wanted to make this easier for you guys instead of sitting there, uploading all this stuff. I know that Shortcuts a Lot can do this, but Shortcuts a Lot retails, MSRP is $75. Even when it's on sale, what do we sell it for right now? We sell it for like 50 or 40, $47.50, right? So yeah, Shortcuts a Lot, it's definitely more of an investment. So I said, hey, can we create a software where we can just strip this part out, actually, and make it even more streamlined? Because it's actually, if you're using Shortcuts a Lot to accomplish this, it's actually more involved. So this is way less involved and way less money. So here, let me show you real quick what it looks like when you import it into Design Space. So I'm going to hit Upload, and I'm going to upload image, browse, and on my desktop, I have the teacher project. That's what I saved it. That's what I named it. And I hit open. And there it is. So it takes everything, and you know, it puts everything on top of itself, which is okay. It doesn't matter in Design Space. So let's add it to the canvas. And there it is. Okay. So you know what? I actually installed an old version of this, and it didn't bring everything in. But let me show you my project here from before. There were 2 versions of this, and I think I installed the wrong one, which is why it didn't work. But let me bring up my projects, because I literally just tested this on my other computer just a moment ago. And, oh, wait, you know what? Here, let me cancel this. I'll show you here. Under Uploads, there it is, right there. That's the one right there. So this is what it's going to look like when you bring it into your canvas, okay? And this is the other one that I uploaded. Let me get rid of that. Yep, and here they are. So the only thing you'll need to do then is just ungroup it, and here they all are. Here's all the files, okay? So literally it brought everything in, and everything is correctly sized. Obviously, while we were doing the beta testing, I did this over and over and over and over again just to make sure it was doing it right. I brought out the PDF file, just kind of cross-referenced the actual files in Design Space, made sure that everything was the correct size, and it is. Doesn't seem to be any problems with score lines, anything like that. So, yeah, good shape. According to him, he may actually have it available this week. Once it comes out, I will let you guys know. Yeah, so that's all I really wanted. I just wanted to kind of demonstrate it real quick. We'll actually put together official videos to walk you through the process. They'll be available on our website as well, probably on his website as well. So, you know, they'll always be there. You won't have to watch the live video to get the instructions on how to do that. It'll be very straightforward. But anyway, so I used this to bring in all these files, and the vision that I had for this little project was to take the tissue box from our site, and let me bring that up real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm sorry I can't read all the comments while you guys are doing that. I'm really interested to see what you guys are saying. So Mike, actually, you know what? If you can just kind of fill me in on what people are saying, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, people are loving it.
That's good.
Lots of questions. They want to know what the name is.
What the name of the software is?
Correct.
So the question was what the name. I mean, he just called it SVG merge. I guess if I was involved in that process, I probably would give it something, you know, give it a different name, maybe something cooler. But I mean, whatever. You know, it's to the point. It does what it says. So here, I'll show you what we're working on here. So this is the tissue box. This is from actually a Christmas bundle. It's from the White Christmas SVG bundle. I'll show you here real quick. I know we're not into Christmas right now, but it's this bundle here. This is a tissue box. And so I've got that, and then also under the free SVG section, or under the school section, whichever one you want to look at, there's a cute little card. What's going on here? I'm probably using all my bandwidth right now. That's why it's kind of slow. And I'm using the apple from this card. And my idea was to take and create, well, I picked out some colors, and I'm actually going to go over that real quick with you guys. So here's what I did. I went through my stash of papers, and I tried to find something that had well, kind of like a school theme, okay? And this is what I found. I found this cool pattern paper with a bunch of numbers on it, and I started looking at it, okay? And to me, when I think about school-related stuff, the color green and the color red really stand out. So I found, well, let me go back to this. This little green here on these numbers, I picked out a color that kind of matches with that, okay? And then there's also this little red here. There's two shades of red. I didn't like the darker one, so then I found a nice red that complements this red here, okay? And that's typically what I do to kind of figure out what cardstock I'm going to use in conjunction with actual pattern paper. Your process may be different, but for me, this never fails me. Obviously, if you're pulling colors that are already in your pattern, you really can't go wrong, is kind of my experience. Ron, our art director, is really the master of, you know, he's been an artist for longer than I've been alive probably, and he knows color theory way more than I do. So just to be safe, this is pretty much what I do. But anyway, so what I was thinking about doing was, you know, taking the box itself and using these panels here for the sides, and then adorning it with this little apple using some pop dots. Okay, and obviously it's simple. What you could also do if you wanted to, and this is based on a live that we did not too long ago, if you wanted to make a custom caption, have your teacher's name on it, or you can put, you know, Mrs. Miller's class or something like that. You could do a print and cut and do something like that. But just for now, I'm just showing this because I wanted to demonstrate, and I think it's very simple actually. There's not much involved in it, but I wanted to demonstrate how to take an element from another bundle and adapt it to another item. Again, very straightforward, but I think it'll, you know, for some of you, it'll be something new that maybe you haven't done. So hopefully you learned something. Let me bring up my design space now, and I'll kind of show you and walk you through what I did to get this all figured out. Okay, so let's pop into design space here. And first off, as you can see, I imported everything from that bundle. I'm not using this panel. I'm going to delete that. This here, these are the panels that I cut out of, what's it called? The pattern paper with the numbers on it. This little apple, I don't need that. That's part of the card base. That's going away. I'm not using that either. I'm only using this and this from the apple. I'm keeping this panel, so I'm going to leave that there. This is the top. I'm going to leave that. And here we have, this is the main structure of the tissue box, which we definitely need, but I don't need these flowers. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do here, just to make this better and easier to understand, I'm going to bring this down here, okay? I don't want to cut the flowers. I don't want to waste paper if I don't have to, obviously. We don't need to cut that and waste time and paper. So we're going to bring that in. We're going to select it. We need to right-click on it and ungroup it first. And then you'll see over here, this is the main cut. These are the score lines. I'm going to select the main cut, and I'm going to click Contour. And I'm just going to click on these flowers to get rid of them because I do not want to cut them. I'll just simply click those, and we're done. Then I'm going to take and select both of these, the score lines. Actually, you know what? One other thing we can do too, well, you know what? It doesn't even matter. We'll leave that in there. I was going to say we could get rid of this little F here, but we're actually going to put a panel on top of it, so don't even need to go through the trouble of doing that. Then I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to group that back together, and we'll put that off to the side because that's ready to go. I'll bring this down. We need all of these pieces as they are, so I'm going to move that over. I'm going to bring this down, and again, we've got a couple flowers here that I don't need. First, I'm going to right-click and ungroup. And the reason that I'm ungrouping it is because we have two layers. We have the actual cut layer for the structure, and then on top of that, we have the score marks. You can't contour two layers at a time, so you need to ungroup and then select the layer that you want to contour. Okay, so we're going to do that. I've already ungrouped it. Now I'm going to select the actual cut layer. You can see here that I can select one or the other. Okay, so I'm going to select the actual cut layer and hit Contour and get rid of the two flowers. I don't need those. Okay, and now I can go back, select both of these, right-click, and group it back together. So that one's ready to go. This is the base that we're going to put it on. We'll get to that in a second. These flowers I don't need. These are poinsettias from the original project. I'm going to get rid of those. And I'm going to right click on this again, ungroup it because we have score lines. And where did it go? There it is. Okay, so here you can see if I select this, it selects the score marks. If I select this, it selects the cut lines. You can accomplish the same thing by simply clicking on these items as well. Okay, is that working? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I have it selected. I'm going to hit contour and get rid of these. These are like little, it's almost like little leaves or whatnot for the actual poinsettias. Mike, you got something?
I do. People are asking a whole bunch of questions about score lines.
Okay.
If you're using the solid score line version or the dashed cut.
Okay. Yeah, I can go over that. That's fine. All right, so yeah, we'll talk about that. Actually, I was about to get into that. For this project right now, based on what I have on my mat in Design Space, I'm using the perforated score marks. Now, of course, ever since I would say November or December of 2018, all right, whenever the Cricut Maker came out, whatever year that was, shortly after, we started incorporating and adding solid scoreline versions of every project that you see on our site. So here, let me actually show you. Let me see if we have that here. That one doesn't have it. So that was before the Maker came out. And this one does have it. Okay, so let me show you here, for example. The poinsettia tissue box, if you open up the folder, you'll see that inside the folder, we have a photo of the actual product, obviously. There's a menu, okay, and it's probably going to ask me to activate something. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's the menu. Yeah. I'm going to close that. And then in the SVG file folder, in the main folder, and this is true with every product on our site, when you download one of our products, in the main SVG folder, by default, in that folder, you will have the perforated score lines, which is actually the scoreline version that your machine will cut with a blade. But inside of that folder is typically an extras folder, or you'll find a solid scoreline folder. And inside that folder is an exact copy of that project, file for file, but instead of perforated score lines, you have solid score lines. Okay, and obviously, if you don't have a maker that is capable of doing solid score lines, or any machine for that matter, you don't want to use that because it's going to slice everything. You know, you're going to end up with a giant disaster. You don't want that. But yes, you do have the option to use solid score lines. In this case, I am not using solid score lines, and that's okay. Just a little note here. I personally don't like using solid score lines on 3D projects because it just doesn't fold as well. It's not as crisp of a fold. But if you're using, or if you're making a card, I would definitely use it on the card base as well as the envelope. Okay. So let me make sure that I've got this grouped. I do. All right. So back to Design Space here. I'm going to make sure that before we start cutting anything, this is the base. Obviously, because there's score marks here, and you can see here that you got the score marks and you've got the main cut. Anything that has score marks, we want to highlight it, and we have to hit attach. Because if we don't, actually, you know what? Let me just hit make it and show you what happens if you don't attach. I know I've done this a million times, but I know that there's going to be new people watching, and maybe they don't know about this. Look what happens if you don't attach. The first thing, literally, that pops up is a white mat with a bunch of score marks on it, and like, what are you supposed to do with this? Okay, well, that's just because Design Space sees that as a separate element because it's not attached. So unless if you have something with score marks and you don't attach it, that's what Design Space is going to do. It's going to put it on a separate mat, cut it separately, and it's never going to align properly with the actual cut file. So what you do need to do, anytime you have anything with a score mark, is just click and highlight and hit the attach button. Okay, and now you'll see here under layers, this group, this file is now, which it was a group, it still is a group, but it's attached. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like once we're all done here. This does not need to be attached. This one does only because it has these little identifiers here. Again, you know what? Actually, we do need to get rid of these, and I'm going to show you how we do that in a second. This one does not need to be, you don't need to do anything with that. Neither do you have to do anything with that. This can be left alone as well. That can be left alone as well. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. We need to attach that. What am I talking about? We got score marks on there. We need to attach that. Sorry if I'm confusing you guys. Okay, good. Got that. And what else do we got here? This one obviously has score marks. So rule of thumb, very quick tip, okay? When you're going through your files in Design Space like this and you highlight one, if attach is available for you to click on, which for me it is, as you can see right here, go ahead and hit that button and hit attach. Okay, so that's attached now. Now these are the panels, these guys here, okay? I already cut them out. I'm not going to cut everything out here because that would take a while. But these are these panels. We don't want these little markers on here to cut out because it'll obviously blemish the panel. Now the reason they're there is because on the original project, we use that to help you identify the front and the back and where to put the flower. That's what F stands for. F is for flower. Okay, so we're going to get rid of those. And we're going to do that by using contour. First off, obviously, we need to right-click and ungroup. Okay, and if we scroll down here, we can see here are the panels, and here are the markers. Now with this, it's very simple. Since we've ungrouped it, we can just delete it. I actually don't even need to use contour because I don't need any of those markers on there at all, which just leaves us with these panels. Okay, and that's all we need. So we've got our panels, which are these guys here. That's the green pieces that you see there. We have, this is part of the base. This is the main part of the actual tissue cover. So is that. This is also part of the base. This is a little panel that goes on top. And then here are the, this is the apple that's going to go on top of the panel. So now what we want to do, obviously I want to size these so that they look good on these panels. I'm going to bring this, yes sir.
People are saying that they're having some buzzing sounds. I checked the audio. I don't hear that.
Buzzing sounds?
Yeah, but there's more than one person saying that.
Let me see.
I don't hear that when
Let me,
YouTube live.
that's going to go on top of the panel. So now what we want to do, obviously I want to size these so that they look good on these panels. I'm going to bring this, yes sir. Yeah, I'm not getting a buzzing. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. Same for me. It's buzzing and cutting out in my left ear. Oh boy, that's not good. Well, I'm not sure what that would be. Well, that's weird. You're not getting it, Mike, at all? Mike?
I hear a little bit of it on Facebook, but I don't hear anything on YouTube.
Oh, really? On Facebook?
It might be something with that.
Okay. Well, you know what? If you're hearing that, well, see, yeah. See, I don't know. Everyone's, I'm seeing.
The comments on Facebook are saying they're not hearing it. The comments on YouTube are saying they are. However, personally, I'm hearing the opposite.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hold on, let me listen to it again here. Hold on.
All the Facebook posts are saying it's good.
Okay. Well, you know what? If you're hearing that, well, see, I'm. Yeah, it sounds fine to me. Let me check my Facebook real quick. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure what's going on. Not really sure what's going on here, guys. Sorry. Bear with me here. I'm going to check.
I guess the left channel from the left and right keeps cutting out.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we can do about that right now. Everything looks okay, and it sounds okay to me. Let me see here. Hold on. For you to click on, which for me it is, as you can see right here. Go ahead and hit that button and hit attach. Okay, so that's attached now. Yeah, I'm not sure, guys. I'll have to. I'm sorry if you're having problems. Some people are saying that they don't hear any buzzing at all. If you are having problems on Facebook, just come and visit us on the YouTube stream. Just go to youtube.com/3dsvg and maybe go on that stream. I could see maybe that there could be a problem with Facebook because it's going through one more little interface. So yeah, come over to YouTube if you're having problems on Facebook. Okay, most people are saying it sounds good on both, so I don't know. I'm not really sure, guys. I'm sorry. I'll have to double check everything. It's not buzzing. It's muffled, like you're talking underwater. The problem seems to be with those using headphones. I'm not sure. All right. Anyway, I'll do some more testing. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, guys. We'll try to work that out or figure out what's causing it. But anyway, all right. So let's go back to Design Space real quick, and I'm just going to show you. These are the panels, and here is the Apple. And what I wanted to do was, and you know what? Actually, by default, that's a pretty good size. Okay, but if you wanted to change the size of it, now obviously the best thing to do here is I'm going to take this and put, we want the little leaf. If we were to change the size of the apple, we want the leaf to stay in proportion with the apple. So what I'm going to do is actually select both of these, and I'm going to group these so that any change that I make to this will impact and affect both the apple and the leaf. Okay, so we can take this over here, and I'm going to just rotate it and then just resize it until I feel like I've got it at the size that I want it. Okay, and that looks about right. Maybe, yeah, no, that's good. We've got this little piece up here that's kind of making it seem taller than it is, but I think that's a good size. Okay, so that being said, that's one way to kind of figure out whether or not another element outside of that project will work, you know, on the project that you're trying to adapt it to. Just bring it into Design Space and literally, you know, superimpose it on top of whatever element you want to put it on, and just resize as necessary. Okay. So once we have that, you can go in here. I'm going to ungroup this now. Okay. We resized it, and this is all ready to cut. Now, because I want this apple on all four sides, I'm going to take and actually duplicate this. And where did my duplicate button go? You can do a copy and paste. There was, oh, here it is. Yep, so I'm going to duplicate this 3 more times. There it is. So we've got 4 leaves now, and I'm going to do the same thing with the apple. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. That's going to cut out 4 times because we got 4 sides to the tissue box. Okay. All right, so at this point, we've got everything pretty much ready to go. Just need to cut it out. Again, I've already pre-cut everything, so we don't need to go through that process. And you know what? Let's take a quick break here for a second. I'm going to look at some comments, and yeah, people are saying it's okay. Switch over to YouTube, much better sound. Yeah, it could just be that we're kind of the way that I have this set up is kind of. I rigged it in a way where we can stream to both, but maybe it's not the best solution. I'll look into it further. Mike, by chance, if you could, do you have a pair of headphones you can plug into your laptop and just kind of listen to it real quick and see if maybe that's what the problem is?
Let me guess. It might take a minute.
Okay, that's fine. All right, I'm going to leave this up so I can read your comments now. Why all the Maymays, Robin Smith asks. Hey, Robin. We're giving away 2 $25 gift cards to Maymay's website. And actually, you know what? That's a good time right now to just kind of show you guys real quick. Show you her site. She was super kind enough to donate some gift cards. And let me just show you what she has. So she's got a ton of stuff on her site. You can, whoever wins, obviously she has papers, she has stamps. Looks like there's adhesive foil. I'm sure there's cardstock on here. She has manual dies. Looks like there's paint, brushes. Probably, I would venture to say that most of the stuff that she carries, she will also demonstrate on her website or on her YouTube channel as well. So she's got a stamp club as well for those of you that enjoy stamping. And I think her stamps are acrylic. I personally stopped stamping a while ago just because I print and cut does it for me. But there's so much more you can do with stamps that you can't do with a print and cut. But I can only do so much. So anyway, that's a fun website to check out and browse. She's got a lot of goodies on there. So good luck to the 2 people that are gonna win a gift card to Maymay. How?
Somebody's having audio issues, if they can unplug.
Is it one channel that's causing a problem?
The left is popping in and out.
Okay. All right. So I guess we kind of figured out that it's a. It looks like there's in audio there's a left and right channel. If you're using headphones, that's where you might have a problem. I could also see that also happening with speakers too. So I don't know. But yeah, it could be. I might have a wire that needs to be replaced. That typically happens if something gets run over or something. So I'll have to double check that. Anyway, I'll look into that. I apologize, guys. But again, is it on both YouTube and Facebook or just Facebook?
It's affecting both if I have the.
Is it really? Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, we'll look into that. I'm sorry, guys. That's probably not very fun to listen to. Okay. All right. So here, let's go through the assembly here of our little box here. Okay, and it's pretty straightforward. I've got the main structure here. These are the main pieces for the top of the box. Okay, and let me make sure my glue is flowing. I can hear my iMac over there. It's the fan on it is going crazy, so I don't know if maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but let me get my glue going here, and we're gonna put this guy together real quick so you guys can see what it looks like. And Mike, by the way, do you have the names of the people that are gonna get to spin that you can start?
Oh, I sure do.
All right. Well, Mike's gonna start sending me names, and in just a few moments here, we're gonna be wrapping this up because we're already at about 50 minutes here. We're gonna be wrapping this up and spinning the wheel. So, but anyway, as far as the assembly goes, for those of you that have already made this, obviously there's not really much to cover here. I'm gonna grab one of these sides. We're gonna begin by putting glue on one of these tabs. And I'm going to spread that glue out to the very edge of the tab. This is going to go together really quick. Okay, grab the other half, line it up nicely, and press that down. Now, before we actually completely assemble this, now obviously this is where the tissues are going to come out, so this is the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these panels down. And as you can see, I also took and inked the edges of these panels. So let's do that. Let's get these all down. And Mike, since this is getting into the assembly, if you see any questions popping up, please shoot them my way. So with these panels, we're going to put these on so that we have a nice even border all the way around. You guys have probably heard me say that a million times. Okay, so we've got a total of 4 of these that we're going to glue into place. Okay, I'm going kind of quick. If you watch the actual assembly videos, you'll see that I'm probably a little more precise and patient with the process. I don't want to, You guys have seen people glue things down on paper before, so I don't want to waste your Thursday evening doing this, but I do want to show you what you could potentially do by removing some of the other elements on this file and just adapting it to whatever you want to adapt it to. I mean, you could literally take this, find a cool panel to put on here, and even do a print-to-cut. I know that Design Space has elements that are trademark and copyrighted that we could never afford to sell. You could add those, or anything that you want to put on here to make it appeal to whoever you have in mind. Okay, so we've got the panels on here. Now what we're going to do, what do we got going on here? Oh, Mike's sending me some names. Thank you, Mike. All right, so now we're going to close this up by putting glue on this tab. And I'm going to take that glue, spread it out to the very edge of the tab so everything looks nice and crisp. And we can actually put this down flat like this. Grab the other end, pop it down, press down, and there we go. Now I should bring up these comments here. Holy moly. Maybe I don't think she sells SVG files. Hey everyone, we got a lot of people watching today, Mike. Okay, so there it is. And you know what, honestly, you really don't even have to make a base for this thing if you don't want. If you just make this top part, that's enough to put over the actual tissue box, and it's going to cover it completely. So you could technically do this and not even create a base for it. And I may not even show you the base. If you want to see me put together the base, you can watch the actual assembly video for this project. So I think we're just going to skip that so we can get to the spinning a lot sooner. All right, so now that we have this mostly complete here, we've got a top that we need to put on. Okay, so this is already hinged. What we're going to do is we're going to put glue on these 3 tabs. And I'm going to go a little bit heavier with the glue here because I don't want it to dry out. And I also want to have enough time to spread that out and get it all the way out to the very edge of the tabs. This is going to make it look nice and professional. All right, we'll take this, bring it down, and line it up with this side here. Get that nice and centered. Perfect, right out to the very edge. If you need to kind of nudge the walls in, you can do that now. Press that down. Uh-oh, we got some names coming in. I'm going to flip this over and push down on those tabs from the inside. Okay. And then I have this other piece. Now technically, I didn't have enough paper to put another of these panels up here, but I still wanted to go with it because I think it looks really cool. So instead, what I could do is I can just run this through my embossing machine. And why don't we just do that real quick? I'm super sorry about the audio, guys. I should probably, every now and then, I should probably replace my audio cables because they do tend to kind of wear out over time, unfortunately. So I'm going to run this through my embossing machine. And by the way, if you've never embossed, I think our last live stream was all about embossing, so you can check that out. We talked a lot about embossing. I'm going to run this through just to kind of jazz it up a little bit so it's not so plain on top. Okay. And here is what it looks like once we get it out of there. And we can also, if we want, just to kind of give this a little two-tone thing. Now, as the old saying goes, do as I say, not as I do. Typically, you want to ink before you emboss, but in this case, if I get a little bit of ink on the embossed portion of this, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to make a huge difference. So I'm going to ink that a little bit so that when I do put it on top, we get a little bit of contrast on this piece, and it'll look nice. Okay, so we'll just gently hit that a little bit.
Everybody is loving this idea, Leo.
Why?
Great teacher's gift.
Yeah, Mike just said that everyone is loving this idea. I think it's great. It's super quick. Perfect for a kid's bedroom too, you know, especially if they're all snotty and sick. You know, make them something special. Bring them some Oreos along with a tissue box. I think that'd be kind of cute. All right, so hold on one second. All right, so all that's left to do with this is get that glued down. Let me switch over to this camera. Get that glued down, and I'm going pretty quick. This is not my usual pace, and I think it's just because we're live, and I get a little more anxious when I'm live, understandably. But so you can see how adding that layer on top and adding some embossing, even though I didn't have this paper to put up here, which is ideally what I would have done, I found the same colored cardstock, inked it a little bit, ran it through the embossing machine, and it still looks great. So. I'm also getting over a cold, so I just muted myself so I didn't have to cough in your ear. Real quick, let me show you here real quick. So this by itself will actually fit over a tissue box. If you don't want to create a base, you don't have to. And again, for the sake of time, I'm actually not going to do it because we're already running at about an hour here. And I really want to try to keep these to about 45 minutes if possible. But let me just show you what it looks like with the base. So if we take a look at our website here, you can see the little base that's on here. We adorned it with some bling on a roll. These are rhinestones on a roll. And the only thing left to do now on my version of this, and I have 4 apples. I'm going to put one on each side. I'll just put together one of them real quick. Now, obviously, I'm going to ink this because it just looks too darn plain without ink. And I love making things really pop. So definitely ink. Oh, Mike, by the way, for those people that are watching that have never inked before, if you can find that link to the Inking 101 on our website. And also, by the way, for those of you that have never inked, if you're interested in learning about which supplies we use, grab your smartphone and find on the App Store and Google Play, find the Dreaming Tree app. There's a section called Go To Tools or Supplies, and you can see all the stuff that I personally use to accomplish everything you're watching right now. Okay, so let me go back to this. I also want to hit the apple with a little bit of red because it does look kind of plain. So I've got my ink applicator. This is basically just felt, and I'll go around the perimeter here. Now, this red may not give me the look that I'm looking for. So if you ever run into a problem like this where you're using what you think is a darker version of the cardstock that you're trying to ink and it's just not really doing anything, rule of thumb for something red that's darker red, if it's not showing up, grab yourself a purple. I know it sounds kind of weird, but grab a purple and add some purple. Now watch. Okay, it's not even really going on purple because it's kind of blending in with the red, but you can see that is showing up a little bit darker. I don't know if that's actually coming through as vividly as it is here in real life, so I'm going to actually try to get a little bit deeper with this inking so that you can actually see a difference. Does that look out of focus? No, you can see it. I can see it anyway. Obviously, we don't need to ink anything here because we're putting this on there. That would just be a waste of time and ink. So I'm just going to skip right over here. And in this case, just based on how I had this in my mind's eye, obviously we would repeat this process 4 times since we're putting 4 apples on each side. Or you could do 3 apples, and then again, as I mentioned, if you wanted to do a little print and cut, and put the teacher's name inside of a little scalloped circle or something like that, you could totally do that. But let's take these and let's just compare these two, and let's see if you can see the difference. Yep, you can see it. It's subtle, but that's the whole idea. Okay, so let's take this guy here, and let's get the little leaf glued down. And Mike, if you see any questions popping through, man, send them my way. Okay, here we go. That's going right on there, like so. And then we have this little bit that goes on the bottom. I got to try to remember how this works. What in the... Hold on. Hey, see, look at this. Even I have to go back and look sometimes. Where does that even go? Hold on. I feel really bummed about the sound. I wish that wasn't happening, but we'll figure it out. It'll be better for next time, I promise. Oh, you know what? We can't even use this part because we need the backing. So that was a waste. That's not going to actually go on here. It usually goes right in this spot here. But because we don't have the actual card backing, we can't do it, which is fine. We still have the apple, and that's fine. So I'm going to grab my little foam squares here. And actually, I kind of wish I didn't put that there. I'm going to put this here. I'll put one here.
Yeah, just a friendly reminder is that I posted the links to our app, which has the supplies for the teams.
Okay. Oh yeah. So Mike was just saying that in the YouTube. Did you do it on YouTube and Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So he posted a link to the page where you can download the app for your smartphone. And again, once you get that app installed and loaded, just scroll down a little bit and you'll see the supply section. Okay, so going back to this, I just put some little foam squares on the back of this, and I'll just pop that apple right on there. And it's cute. Simple but cute. And you can see this color here is pulling from this color here. This green is pulling from the numbers on here, as well as the perimeter. And again, the base, completely optional. Maybe you don't even need it, but you can definitely add it. It's not going to, make or break the project. But there you go. Simple, very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of paper. Cost you maybe a buck if you find everything on sale at Joann's, or at Michael's, wherever you prefer to shop. So that's going to do it for the hands-on portion. Let's see. I thought the little one was the worm. Okay. All right, Mike. Did you send me some winners, some spinners?
I did.
All right, we're gonna do this now. Let's go. As the young kids say, let's go. I hate that. What were our sayings when we were growing up? I still say dude all the time. I think that was like a 90s thing.
I saw a TikTok and it said, name something a kid from the year 2000 would
Oh, yeah?
and mine was, let your fingers do the walking.
Let your fingers do the walking?
Yellow Pages.
Oh, the Yellow Pages. The Yellow Pages. That was always fun. Yeah, dude. I say dude a lot. Probably because there was like this, there was this resurgence of hippieism in the 90s, in the early 2000s. I remember bell bottoms were like a popular thing again. All the girls were wearing bell bottoms. I think even, like, I wasn't wearing bell bottoms, but a popular thing back then was jeans that were kind of ripped up on the bottom, just kind of like frilly, I guess all the skaters used to wear that stuff. And I was never a skater, but I hung out with all the skaters. LOL, dude. Yeah. Dude is still in. Yeah, dude's still in. All right, so let me bring up the first spinner. We're going to spin, and then I'm going to enjoy my early Friday. I keep thinking it's Friday. All right, first spinner. Who do we got here? Who is it? Who is this? Naomi Murray. All right, Naomi, you are the first spinner tonight. Let me get this thing rocking and rolling here. There she is. Okay, so again, for those of you that are watching us for the first time, after we do our little live at the end, we spin the wheel. And to enter to spin, you need to find the posts on Facebook, either in the group or on the official page, that say, hey, we're having a live, comment here. That's why you're seeing all these hashtag Maymays. We don't actually, you have to enter on Facebook. So the ones that are going in the comments here on YouTube, they don't count. Anyway, all right, Naomi, this is for you. Let's go. What do we got? Oh, man. All right, 50 points for Naomi. Naomi Murray, congratulations. You got 50 points to the Dreaming Tree website. It's just as good as cash. And to claim your prize, you guys need to contact us using either our contact form or send an email to info@3dsvg.com. Next up, we have Lucille Keitlinger. All right, Lucille, congratulations. I'm going to be spinning the wheel for you here. You guys ready? Here we go. Good luck, Lucille. It's kind of loud. What do we got? Okay. All right. 150 points for Lucille. Congratulations, Lucille. All right. You know what? We need to make sure that someone wins these gift cards from Maymay. Otherwise, we may. You know what, Mike? I think if we don't spin it, if we get six point winners, we might need to just pick them manually, because I don't think we're gonna be spinning the wheel all night. But that's okay. All right. Next up. Who do we got here? Next up is Karen Nixon Frederick. Karen, you are next. You get to spin here. I'm going to spin you here in just 1 second. What is that? Hold on a second. Let's get that in there. Oh no, just crashed. What is going on here, guys? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, we're good. Let me show you that one more time. That is Karen Nixon Frederick. All right, guys, good luck. Here we go. Come on, get it. Okay, well, hey, you know what? That is not too shabby. You got 500 points to the Dreaming Tree website. That's a lot. That'll get you quite a bit. So congratulations, Karen. Again, claim your prize. You want to email info@3dsvg.com or use the contact form on our website. All right, we got a few more to go here. Next up is Elizabeth Speltz. Elizabeth, good luck. And here we go. What do we got? What do we got? Is that it? No. 150 points for Elizabeth Speltz. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Congratulations, I should say. And we've got two more here. Next up is Jan Garnett. Jan Garnett, the spin is for you. Here we go. Tell me we got it. Nope. Jan, you got 50 points to the Dreaming Tree website. Congratulations. Again, info@3dsvg.com or use the contact form on our site. And finally, we have Linda Wirt. Here we go. Linda, this one's for you. $150 points to the Dreaming Tree website. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to talk to Maymay, and I'm going to see if she wants to watch the live and pick out some people at random to give them away to, or if we're going to hold on to them and incorporate them into the next time we spin the wheel, which will be during the next live. We'll have Maymay's stuff on there, and obviously we'll keep adding to the wheel. I'm not sure what the next prize is going to be, but it'll be something good. So At this point, I'm going to take a look at your comments and questions and see if there's anything else that I want to cover or that you guys want me to cover. Otherwise, we're going to just going to sign off here in a moment. Mike, we got any questions from the lovely ladies and gentlemen of the audience?
Congrats to all the winners.
Yep.
Congrats.
Well, either way, I hope that, hey, you know what? You know what, Mike? You know what? Oh, I feel bad for the people that just signed off. All right, you know what? Let's do this. In the Facebook Live right now, since we didn't give that away, hashtag Maymay. Go ahead and type it in. We're going to pick 2 more people to give this away to. And I'll tell you what we're going to do is I'm going to double this up. So, Mike, send me a few more names. 2 more names. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm just going to goof around here. And let me see what I can do. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to add... Hey, we're crafty, right? We're crafty. We're on our toes. We can make this happen. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some foam squares on these little leaves. And are we getting maymays? Yeah, we are. Well, too bad those other people left. Patience. The rest of you are being rewarded for your patience. Good job to all of you. I'm going to put these leaves on the lower denomination prizes. So I'm going to put one on the 50 point right there. And I'm going to put this other one on the 50 point there. Okay, so you guys see the leaves there? So if your spin lands on either the Maymay slot or the 2 leaves, you win the Maymay gift card. How about that? Okay. And I'm going to wait for Mike to give me the names. Making you hustle there, Mike. Sorry, buddy. Let's see. Just like the last one live. Yeah, I know. You know, I figured that I think next time I should probably maybe cut out more than one of these to begin with. But I think one time we did these and we ended up giving away like 2 or 3 embossing machines. So I guess I'm kind of scared to put too many prizes up there in case, you know, you get what I'm saying. While I'm waiting for Mike there, Mike, are you going to send me a graphic or should I just say the name?
I sent you one. It might just be delayed.
Oh, okay.
The name if you want.
Oh, no, that's okay. Let me see. Was it Lori?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me bring that up. All right, she's probably watching now, so this is going to be exciting. Lori, you're up. This is for you, darling. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Come on, let's get it. There it is. We got it. Yep, that's there. All right, Lori, congratulations. Lori Ekman. You won yourself a $25 gift card to Maymay's website. We're going to email... You're going to want to contact us using the contact form or, again, info@3dsvg.com. We're going to send your information over to Maymay, and she's going to be contacting you to give you the prize, okay? Mike, just give me one more here. And in the meantime, I'm going to look at, is that supposed to add on Dreaming Tree Group? I'm not sure what you mean, Robin. Hi, Robin, by the way. Happy Mother's Day to you. There it is. I can't find the live on Facebook. It's still showing that we're live on Facebook over there on that computer. Okay. Mike, let me know when that came through. Oh, there it is. No. You send another one or no? 30 seconds. It's going to be the longest 30 seconds of everyone's life. Jackie says merge go live when? Possibly tomorrow, but probably early next week for the SVG merge software. All right, we're going to do one more spin, and if you know what, if we don't get a winner on the May gift card, we're going to hold on to it for the next live stream, just to give you guys something extra to look forward to. On the Apple, could you put the green thing for the bottom? Could you just put that on the back of the Apple so you can see the green a little bit? Yeah, actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I could totally do that. All right, here we go. We've got the last spinner here. And that is going to the one, the only, the lucky Janet Harris. Janet, this spin is for you. Good luck. Here we go. Let's get it. Oh, but hey, you know what? That's not too shabby. 500 points to Dreaming Tree's website. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. So I'll tell you what. We're going to hold on to one of these gift cards for the next live stream. We're at an hour and 15 now. Good job, Leo and Mike. Good job, Leo and Mike. We did a good job, Mike. Mike, we did a good job. Did a real good job tonight. All right. Anyways, yeah, as far as happenings here behind the scenes, next week we got a new bundle coming out, something for the guys, but also something that can be used for things beyond the guys, because I know a lot of you say, hey, we need more stuff for guys, and then we make stuff for guys, and then no one buys it. So we're making stuff for guys that also will work for things beyond guys. We'll just leave it at that. But yeah, and let's see, any other questions before I sign off here? In future shows, how about picking from Facebook and YouTube to make it fair? Yeah, well, so the whole idea between picking from Facebook is to help us cross-promote our channels. So we're trying to get traction on both YouTube and Facebook. I could see how that's kind of unfair, but also at the same time, the current climate for small businesses to stay in touch with their customers is the most difficult thing I've ever experienced in 10 years of running a business. So, I got to kind of keep our interests in perspective as well. But anyway, yeah, we'll consider doing something. Maybe what we'll do is offer, like we did tonight, additional spins for people that are actually on the YouTube. I think that would be a good compromise. Let's see. What else do we got here? By the way, if anyone wants to send me beer, the address is listed on our website. I would appreciate that. And anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And we'll see you guys next week. I'll be back in the studio on Wednesday, starting the assembly videos for the new bundle with hopefully a new release by Thursday or Friday. And yeah, have a great weekend. Hopefully it's warmed up where you guys are at. And as always, I look forward to crafting with you again.
Welcome to the magical world of Dreaming Tree. Premium 3D SVG files for your Cricut, Silhouette, Scan and Cut, and other SVG compatible cutting machines. From pop-up cards to boxes, Christmas centerpieces to Halloween frights, our premium content is sure to delight crafters of all ages. Make the most realistic 3D flowers, wedding cakes, handbags, wall decor, Thanksgiving and birthday centerpieces, teacher gifts, and more. Visit our site, 3dsvg.com, and get started today with one of our completely free SVG projects. We've got over 150 to choose from, complete with assembly tutorials and supply lists so you know exactly what color and how many sheets of paper you'll need. We also provide email, text, and phone support in case you need help with anything big or small. Our customer service and products get rave reviews, and we've got the testimonials to prove it. Dreaming Tree is rated 5 stars on Facebook and Google Reviews. Visit 3dsvg.com today. We look forward to crafting with you soon.